Yes, yes, yes. Glory to God. Glory to God today, my brothers and sisters. I came out today. I'm very excited in the Word of God and very excited in speaking upon God and speaking in His Word, my brothers and sisters. Where I've been out today and I worked out at the gym and I ate out and I thank God for allowing me to be able to do these things today where He allowed me to physical go out and physical work out and supply my needs now. Where He says supply your food and everything that you need now. So I thank Him for those things today, and I give Him the glory, I give Him the praise. But I also thank Him for giving me a word to bring to my brothers and sisters today, because it's not all about me, but I'm very excited, so I had to speak a little bit upon me and what God allowed me to do today, because God allowed us to do so many things, but we have to be grateful and thankful and give Him the glory through all things. Now, not just the good, the bad as well. So today, my brothers and sisters, I bring to my brothers and sisters where I'm speaking today upon the pleasure of God, where we are pleasing God, my brothers and sisters now. And also as well about the spiritual eye and the physical eye. What the spiritual eye brings and what the physical eye brings, my brothers and sisters. Because I thank God for that as well now. My brothers and sisters were in the life we're living now that have to be a spiritual eye in the play. Where I spoke on my latest videos yesterday, as you if you're following me, if you're not, you can just catch up on the latest video, or you can just listen to this one, and it would make more sense what I'm talking about today, my brothers and sisters. Where I step out, my brothers and sisters, and yes, we do have a physical eye, but we as well have a spiritual eye. And I step out today where that is a relationship now. That is a relationship now. I said that is a relationship now. Where there have been a relationship in the beginning in Genesis, my brothers and sisters. Well, God had a relationship with us, my brothers and sisters now. Where God have gave us everything now. We need it now. As well as gave us a male and a female. Where He created a male and took a rib by man's side and made a woman and put the two together now. Well, that was Adam and Eve now, my brothers and sisters. What I'm saying today, that is a relationship now. But as a physical relationship, and that is a spiritual relationship, my brothers and sisters. Now, I truly believe today that God was trying to please us by giving us everything we need and putting a woman and a male together to grow in the Word of God now, to do His will now, not to take man and man disconnect from Him because of woman now, a woman disconnect from with God because of man now. He put the two together so they can become one now. I said become one now. And Jesus Christ came one with His Heavenly Father now. But He took His own life now. Now that God put man and woman together now, for two to become strong now. Not strong in their flesh now. I truly believe strong in the spirit now. That if they come be strong in the spirit, they begin to walk in the spirit now. Begin to do the will of God now. I truly believe today now that God has pleased us by giving us everything now. Now we have to turn around and please God by walking in our spirit, giving Him everything now. Returning the body to Him regardless what we go through and regardless if we fall sometimes now. Regardless if we backslide sometime now. Now, not our intention to backslide, but in this world, sometimes we may fall now. But we may fall in trying now. Because some people done stop trying my brothers and sisters. But God put the two together, to join together, to become one, to be strong in the word of God now. Well, if that's two together in doing his will, they have power, my brothers and sisters, will begin to move and have love in the word of God now. And I say they come together and they begin to be able to move in love one another now. Therefore, that we love God first now, the creator of all things now. There be a physical relationship now, but in the physical relationship we have a spiritual relationship with God, my brothers and sisters. That he'll strengthen the physical relationship of the two that become together as one in the word of God now. I truly believe that today that we begin to walk in the spirit, that we don't let a physical relationship or a physical friendship disconnect us from with God, my brothers and sisters now. Because the world that we live in today now, if we live in the flesh now, and we begin to have a more relationship in the physical than in spiritual now. Now, therefore, my brothers and sisters now, that we look upon the spirit now, and we love God in the spirit now. Well, God is a spirit now. My brothers and sisters now, with all power now. My brothers and sisters now, that we turn and we begin to glorify God now. And today, my brothers and sisters, that we step out within faith now. If we step out and begin to get a more burden in the relationship what we can't see now, we begin to move in faith now. But today, what we're setting today now, what's wrong with the world today now, we're standing in a physical relationship and we allow a physical relationship to disconnect us from with God now. And when we begin to disconnect from with God now, we go out and we go astray now. And we begin to lose love for God now. Because love is expressed now, and the more we do in the physical and less we do in the spirit now. There is love being lost now, whether we speak it or not now. What I'm saying today, my brothers and sisters, it's time that we get it right in the spirit now. It's time that we walk in the spirit now. And it's time that we begin to get to know God now. Begin to know how to walk now. Begin to know what to say now. Begin to understand his word now. Now, my brothers and sisters, now, back to what I said yesterday now. That takes a spiritual eye in the place now. Because a spiritual eye is what you cannot see now. Now, a physical eye can see now. But if we don't have no spiritual eye, well, it takes faith that we lean upon faith now, what we cannot see now. We begin to look at it with a physical eye now. And as we begin to look at it with a physical eye now, if it's bad in our life now, we begin to doubt God now. And we begin to doubt God now, we begin to lose focus now on God now. That's why there has to be a spiritual eye in the play now. No matter what you're going through now. No matter what you are in now. My brothers and sisters, where I step in the world today now, it takes a spiritual eye within a relationship with God now. Because if we have a relationship with God and we're looking at everything with a physical eye now, we begin to lose our vision now. Where we're headed now, where we begin to walk with God now. We begin to lose our vision now because we're not looking at what we can go through with our faith now. We begin to look at it with the physical eye now, and we begin to disconnect from with God now. But my brothers and sisters now, I truly believe today now, when we step out in the world now, that we have a relationship in prayers now. We have a relationship in prayers now. Because when we begin to pray now, we begin to lean upon more of God now. We begin to lean upon God now. Because we begin to pray for things to become to the present now. And then we begin to ask for things and begin to have faith now. Begin to talk with God now. Begin to hear God now. But now, my brothers and sisters, that's how we get a relationship with God now. We begin to pray and talk to God now. But so many people are sitting on a physical eye now. Physical relationship now. They need a physical relationship to begin to release their pain now. And if they're not a physical relationship, are not talking upon the right thing now, well, they're in pain now, and they begin to want to be out of the pain they're going through now and heal something good now. If they're not talking good, the pain begins to stay there now. But when God steps in the present now, and you begin to connect with God now, you begin to talk with God now, the pain begins to relieve the body now. That's why we have to stay connected and rooted in the Word of God now. My brothers and sisters, now that's why we have to look at everything with a spiritual eye now. But with a physical eye, my brothers and sisters, now we can look at it any type of way now. But now with a spiritual eye now, we have to be connected to what's within us now. My brothers and sisters, while I'm speaking today now, in a pleasing God now, we have to have a relationship now. No way we can please God now if we don't have a spiritual relationship now. What I'm saying today now, in the beginning there was a friendship now. There was a relationship now. But now, my brothers and sisters, where we begin to walk in the world from an inheritance of a sin now. Inheritance of a sin now, we begin to elevate in the world of things now. Begin to activate and begin to be active in the flesh now. But my brothers and sisters, now we got to get it right now. We got to get it right now, because the world is not going to change now unless we begin to walk with God now and begin to move in the spirit now. And stop worrying about who hates you or who don't like you now. Because it's all right now. Long as we got a spiritual relationship with God now, He'll work it out now. Because we got a physical relationship and no spiritual relationship now. Even though He's working it out now, it feels like He's not working it out now. Because you're not connected and rooted in the Word of God now. Now, my brothers and sisters, now we know, as I said yesterday now, the flesh is weak now, but the spirit is strong now. But the spirit strengthens the flesh now, will begin to walk within our flesh and move within the spirit now and begin to not commit to the sins now and commit to our flesh now. Because the more we commit to our flesh now, the more we commit to sins now. We begin to tear our body apart now in sin now. But my brothers and sisters, now I'm speaking today now. I'm speaking today now. Well, we get up today now and we get and move in authority now. We can talk to Jesus now and we can call upon Him in the midnight hour now. We can call upon Him in trouble of time now, in the trials of hills now, and He'll move as according to how we're moving now. If we're not in the spirit moving with God, how could He move with us now? Even though He's moving, we are fighting against the will of God now. My brothers and sisters, today now, I'm standing up in the light now. While I stand in the light now, no matter what I go through now, no matter what I'm going through now, no matter what the trials may be, no matter what my situation may be, I'm standing up now that we stand in the rain now and fight in the battle. The battle have been won, but we got to fight in this life now with the spirit now. My brothers and sisters, now I know somebody might be going through a trial now, but the trials in our life now, my brothers and sisters, where I'm standing in the life of living now, only come to build us up now. My brothers and sisters, now there have to be a growth of a spiritual relationship now. So what's going on in the world today, we are growing more in a physical relationship than a spiritual relationship. And then that put God out the pictures now. But see, God is the picture now. God have to be the picture now. Because if he the picture, then we'll begin to move with the Spirit now. My brothers and sisters will begin to walk in the Spirit now. But I'm saying today, my brothers and sisters, now there is a difference now, and there is a change now, but the difference and changes come through the body now. When we physical make a change in our life now, we have to move with faith now. No matter what we're going through now, we have to begin to put all things aside now. Begin to walk with God, no matter if we fall sometime. But my brothers and sisters, what's wrong with the world today? They're scared to fall sometime. But you got to be willing to take this journey now, and got to be willing to make mistakes now. Because when you're making mistakes, you're beginning to learn, and you're beginning to continue grow in the Word of God now. But if we're not taking this journey now, and we're falling anyway now. So I'd rather try and move in the will of God now, and move in the Spirit now, if I fall sometime. Because I mean that I'm giving it to God now. I give it to God now. But if we're not trying at all now, we're going to fall anyway now. And then when we fall, the devil right there with us now, picking us up now, where he's putting us in more, committing sins now. My brothers and sisters, now, we got to get it right now. It's time that we let the light in our lives shine now. I said light shine in our lives now. My brothers and sisters, now, there have to be a relationship now, but there have to be a spiritual relationship. And there have to be a physical relationship. So, well, if there's a physical relationship now, and there's a spiritual relationship now, that the two become together and walk in the Spirit of God now, and become strong in a spiritual relationship with God now. He wants two together now, but he won't really walk with him now. But my brothers and sisters today now, we're walking in the world now, where God said it's not good for man to be alone now. So he made man, a woman now, out his side by taking a rib out now. But my brothers and sisters now, where I speak now, he didn't make it for us to disconnect with him now, for us to come together as one, to be strong in him now. And my brothers and sisters now, that if today now, when I step in the world, and I begin to walk in the will of God now, no matter if the sun shine now, no matter if the sun rise now, no matter if the sun don't come up now, no matter if it's raining in your life now, we got to stay the same now. Some people change because the sun don't come up. But when it don't come up now, it's all right now. And when the storms are in your life now, and the storm don't come in your life, it's all right now. Regardless if storms in your life or ain't in your life now. But we got to look at it either way now. We got to begin to move now and have what's happening in God's heart now, in peace and love now. Because hatred brings sins now. Hatred brings sin now. Because God said, love your sister, your brother now. Your mother now, not hate now. Because when you hate, you are committing a sin now. So many people now are not committing sin physically now. They're committing sin just by a hate now, not a movement now. Because when you hate, that is a sin now. We got to understand now, it's time now that we get our minds right now. If we're doing everything right in the physical life, from a spiritual life now, and we hate one another now, we still sinning now. So my brothers and sisters, I'm saying today now, a spiritual relationship allow us to walk and not hate now, and get a more relationship with God now, where we begin to come strong and begin to dominate within the body now. So now it's time, my brothers and sisters, that we begin to dominate now. Begin to give God the glory to all things now, no matter what now. Give him the glory if just the body is moving now. Now, my brothers and sisters, I have the love of God, and I love God, and I thank God for allowing me to come out today to speak in his word. Now, there is a continue now, because that's what God wants now. We got to give God what he wants and please him now. and He'll please our physical relationship now. A lot of people are in physical relationship and going through ups and downs because they're not pleasing God now. They have no relationship with God now. And that's why the relationship are going lopsided now or up and down. So now I'm saying today now, our relationship with God come through prayers now. Begin to get on your knees and begin to talk to God now. Because what we do in physical now, we talk to one from another face to face now. Begin to talk and they begin to talk back now. But see now, with a spiritual relationship now, we got to begin to walk holy now. Begin to be holy. Where we can hear God now. That are we talking to a spirit now. Because sometimes, my brothers and sisters, God be talking to us and we can't hear Him because we're not connected now. So it's time that we get connected now. Begin to hear God when He's speaking now. Now, my brothers and sisters, I stand today and I thank God for allowing me to come out. And I have the glory and I have the praise because it all go to God now. And I love God. And I thank God for this moment and this time. And I have the love of God, peace, love, and mind.